Hey, how you guys doing? Okay, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go into there's one critical game that I wanted to actually there's a couple. What happened is, see, Annie, the one who's in the ladies division, Drew and Nazi actually won. So now, guys, it's coming down to if Annie wins on the woman's side, it's she'll be the U.S. champion. But if she draws and Nazi wins, it'll come down to a playoff. So it's gonna be interesting. But also, I wanted to give you guys some updated news. Fabi won and Sam won. So now Sam's still a half a point up, and Fabi is a half point down. But this is what happens if Fabi wins and Sam draws. There's a playoff, so it's coming close. The men's and the women's championship is really tight. So it's coming down to the wire. There's one more game left, so I'd say if you guys are wanting to, you should go watch that because it's coming down to the last wire, the last game. So tomorrow is a really important one for both sides, for the women's and the men's championship. But this is Annie's game. Um, she's facing a she's a really strong champion. I believe she was the champion at one time in the women's U.S. championship. I think she actually won it once. I believe so. So I may be wrong, but I believe so. D4, D5, knight at knight c6, knight e6, and knight c3. So this is the Queen's Gambit declined. Bishop e7, knight f3, knight f6, bishop f3, f4, sorry, bishop f4, and castle kingside for black. This is kind of, it reminds me very similar like what we talked about of the London system, but with a pawn on e3. I know I already told you guys this. A knight here and then a bishop there. That would be the London system. So very similar. In the London system isn't really an opening. It's a way of playing against a bunch of openings. It's also a way to get you from the opening to the middle game safely. Sometimes though, you get a blessing and you can bring the hammer down on your opponent if they make a mistake and they don't know how to handle it. So c5 was played. D takes c5, bishop takes c5, and queen to c2. There was a little bit of talk about what would happen if pawn takes, knight takes, pawn takes, and then something similar to this, an isolated pawn for black. So that's an interesting idea. And if just pawn takes, then they're saying why couldn't she have just played queen c2 there and then taken scope here with that. This has been weakened, yes, but remember that this allows the bishop to d4, allows for attack. The knight comes in, and also potentially castle and queen side, and h4, g4 can be played. But she didn't want to really. She wanted to, if that was to be played, she wanted to take here, and then let's say rook takes, and then bishop takes, castles, and it would come to a draw, very drawish. So it's kind of it was actually beneficial for her to get a draw here because she's trying to Annie's trying to get a an attack, not attack. She wants to get to the last round. So that's interesting for sure. So C takes D, bishop takes E5. Hey. Oh, welcome to, that's funny. Let me see if how everything's going on this to make sure everything's okay. Hold on, guys. Then we'll continue onward with the game. Come on. Well, I'll just let it load up here. Okay. Knight C6 was played. A3, and the idea is to expand B4 and then potentially B5, get an outside pass. Not outside, get a pawn majority and potentially an attack on the queen side. A5 was played, queen A5. Rook D1, bishop E8, E7, bishop E2, C takes D, C takes D, knight H5, castles, bishop takes, and then A6. This is what they were talking about. This is a critical move right here, because if this is taken, then this whole line is open for a huge attack for like a knight, something like that. So takes F5 was played. So she played F5. Queen H4, bishop D3, H6, E2, queen B8, knight ED4, knight takes D4, knight takes D4, E takes F, and then rook attacks the bishop, provoking a potential check, and then you take here, and you know there may be a huge attack. Queen moves there, bishop takes, knight takes, takes, thinking what would happen if that. And then potentially at this point you can, I guess, I see kind of what they're talking about, that this would kind of be a weakness here. So like if bishop takes there, well then you can play your king over and keep that intact, and then you're attacking there, and potentially rook there, if there, and I believe it potentially could be a draw at this point, because then you could play there, and then at that point that's attacked and you get in front, and so drawish. And it ended up a draw. Let's see if it was a draw. Let's take a scope to see what the computer says. Come on. They consider it a draw, so we'll do Alexander Lerman versus Jeffrey Jang. This was the reason I liked this was it got to an interesting end game, so we'll take it to the end game. Let's see. Let's get to the end game here. Ah, perfect. Okay. Very interesting here, this part. This right here. Takes, check. And then now we're into our end game phase with the king. So, king F5, D3. And he talked about that potentially what he should have done rather than that was actually move his king here. When that happens, move in here. And if that happens there, and if there, then you potentially have here, and then there, and black's winning because of Zugzwangp. There isn't, white has to give way. And then now you can undermine the pawn structure, and then you can actually come in here and gobble these up. Something similar like that happened though, and so we'll just go through it. Endgame's really cool, and so I wanted to. This right here was a blunder. That's losing. They were talking that this right here is actually drawn right here. The computer really doesn't know how to handle this type of setup, because if something like that happened, then you can play here, and then if that's taken, then you retreat your king back, and if it comes over here, you just take, and there's really no way. The king's kind of blocked up, and you would want to come in. You gobble that, you come up, you come around, you gobble that, you take, and then that ends up queening. But what happens is Lennerman tried to do a double attack. What happened is he allowed the knight to come in, the king to come in here. That's why they were saying that either that's a move that's potentially drawn, and this actually believes black's idea because of here. So the computer really doesn't judge endgames sometimes the best. Like this would have been Letterman's best, but he didn't play that. So we'll just show how black wins. Now he's in something called mutual Zugzwangp. Potentially they were saying this was best, but it doesn't really matter because the king's gonna come over and snap this pawn, but potentially you have that, but it's still losing. So this is what was played. We'll just go through it really and at this point he resigned. Letterman resigned. Now we're going to go to Awonder versus Izor, and there was an interesting end game here as well that I wanted to get to. Let me see, where is that end game? Here we go. Awonder has he's got 4 pawns, extra pawns. Let's see, he's got 3 pawns here for an exchange, which is beneficial. It's enough to win. This was his first win in the U.S. Championship, so congratulations to Awonder. He pushes the pawn. They were thinking, what would happen if he took here? Well, then you have that there. You surrender this whole file there. and you just gobble that up. So Izor played the rook here to b7. Rook d5. King moves up. h4. The computer says here, I like the push better. I like what Wonder did. Takes, takes, takes. I was surprised she didn't play that, but I think the reason is he was a little concerned of that. And then you just attack the rook. And you just attack the rook. And if he gets in behind, you then just push the pawn. Yeah, I should push here. And if that gets going, then what you can actually do at this point is push. And if that gets going, then you push. And it actually, at this point, the sad thing is it loses. So you got to be careful here. You have to check the king. And it's funny, it actually wins for black, so that's why he took the pawn, which that stopped there, so there, and then the king comes in to g3, rotates check, and then king takes e, pawn push. This is actually supposedly the best move, and the rook moved, king moved. This was actually a slight inaccuracy. They were wondering why Wonder didn't play here. They said he didn't. Wonder said he didn't see it. But what happens is the idea is you're going to either use these as shields to go up the board, or you're going to move your king around here, get it up in here, and walk these pawns down the board. So king g3 is played, f4. The king d jesus there, king f. This is what they the reason also it was important to play here was because you can actually get your rook in behind these pawns and kind of stop them, so you just gotta be careful. And if the rook would have came here and the king would have came there, potentially you can attack, you can actually pin here, and if you come here you check, and then you have to come back, and whatever you do there's a check. So place there. That's why this was an important move. But he played up, and then he finally played over. They were wondering why Wonder didn't play over here and then didn't just play up there. But I kind of think I know why, because of here they were, and also potentially there. And now you can actually he can get his king involved, kind of stop that, but you're still winning, so you just gotta really be careful on your end game play. If he takes here, that actually queens, and there's no way of stopping it, because then you could play here and that's gonna end up queening. So that's why he had to move his king back to d7. King e3, and he played up there. They were wondering why he didn't play f4, because yes, this buys some time, and if he gets in behind there, you come up. Now you're winning. You're putting the squeeze on. And then if there's a check, you now can actually come over here and infiltrate in this way. The king comes there. Then what you can actually do is push this pawn. And if that's under attack, you really have to be careful, because you have to say to yourself, does this actually win? Because yeah, so okay, and that's why, you got to be careful that you don't land on that. That would have been a horrible one. Yeah. And if he plays here, you check, and then you'd have to fortify. So I wonder didn't want to risk that. So he just, what he did is he pushed, and he moved there. The rook checked. He came back. He pushed, and now there's going to be a queen that's going to happen. And so that's kind of what happened. I wanted to show you that end game. Now we'll go into some puzzles. Yes, sir. We get to do some puzzles now. Alrighty. Okay, so let's see here. Alrighty. Let's see, what's the idea? So if we play over here, who's over there? What did he give up? Sorry about that. I think it's kind of a little. There we go. Gotta get it positioned just right. There we go. Okay. So I gave up all this. Hold on. Let's see if this. There we go. That's right there. There we go. Okay. This queen gave up this whole diagonal. Also, it blocked the. So if we take here, knight takes. So if rook takes, hey. So if rook takes e4. Pawn takes e4. And pawn takes e4. The queen's under attack. And if the queen moves here, then we take with the bishop. So that is interesting. So let's see, what do we got here? So I guess if you want to think about it, the drawback is you put the queen right alongside with the bishop. So at the right moment when you take, it attacks the queen. So like if here, You actually can play bishop takes there. Maybe bishop takes pawn. The queen would have to move, we'll say here, and then pawn takes bishop, and we're up a knight and a bishop. Is that the idea? There is a potential of that right away. And then he can't play there because we'll take his queen. So that's the most forcing line. Otherwise, the knight has here, bishop has there, and they'll actually be able to trade and win. So I believe that's it. There we go. Well, I wanted to show you the idea that I was talking about. Let's say that pawn takes here. You play pawn takes, and then if the queen moves back here, then what you can do is take here, here, and you bring the rook in, and now you can actually win there. So that's one idea. And then if the queen slides over and takes, then you have bishop takes, and then if the queen comes back, then what you do is you take there, and you're even up higher material. So that's kind of the idea that I saw and had. So let's see here. What's this move say? What do we want here, guys? If you guys have any questions, I'm more than happy to go over them. So keep that in mind when you pop on. If you have an idea on this, just write it in. Okay. Dokie. Do 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 do. Hey, how you doing, Fox? Have you been following the U.S. Chess Championship? It's getting down to the wire. One more game. If Fabi wins and Sam. Oh, is this the one that I think we went? I think, yeah. Oh wow, this one's good. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh wow, okay. Oh yeah, the ladies division is Nazi actually has to win, and Matt and Annie has to draw, and then it's a playoff. But if Nazi loses tomorrow, it's all over. But if Annie wins tomorrow, it's all over for the ladies. So it's going to be interesting for the women's part. Same thing with the guys. If Fabi wins and Sam wins, it's all over. But if Sam draws and Fabi wins, yeah. Yeah, I just want to tell you. Oh, Millionaire Chess Club. Oh yeah, Yeah, this is Maurice Ashley's baby. Yeah. Oops, 1 second. Ah, come on. There we go. Yeah, truly, truly, that is the case. I'll pull up another board. Okay. Yeah, it's. I gotta tell you, she's doing real good. She may be able to participate in the women's. Oops, yikes. Oops. Ah, come on. And the Olympics too, because she's rated high enough in the women's championship. That's kind of, I think, how they pick them. I'm not exactly sure if that's right. Jeffrey's white. Okay, good. There we go. So, but we know that Fabi's gonna, even if he doesn't win the U.S., I hope he does, but even if he doesn't, he's gonna be in for our team in the Olympics. So he's number 2, so he'll, I mean, in the standings anyway. So we'll have a really good chess team in the Olympics this coming Olympics. C5. Okay, so I have 3, 5. Oops, we better turn this off, otherwise it's distracting. Knight F3, C6, Bishop C4, Knight B6. Yeah. D5. E takes D5, Queen takes D5. Okay. Let me see here. Okay. Is there any potential sacrifices or anything? Let's just take a look. I don't really see anything. I think that could be parried. So that doesn't work, yeah. So Queen takes. I was just seeing if there was any lines that we can prepare, like something like this. But I think he can blunt it with that. But then we can kind of prepare maybe an attack, and then he could play something like this. And if we tried that, he could play there. So we don't really accomplish much here. I was just trying to see if there was any attacks that could be played. Yeah. D3. He's solidifying the center, keeping an eye on this. So if white ever castles, this is a weakness. Bishop E7, Bishop E3, Knight D5. And now the knight, you gotta love it when that comes in. The queen's under fire, that's under fire, and then he'll mostly I don't think black would trade off here. That'd be a silly move, because then Jeffrey would get the whole F file, and you don't want to surrender that. So B6, Bishop G5, Castle kingside for his opponent. Bishop takes, D takes, G takes, G5, preparing for the infiltration of the queen. H6, Knight E4. So started out here and then went into Knight E4. So he accomplished center activity with the knights, and if something like that's played, he could even retreat back, threatening these two pawns, provoking a weakness. So D8. Queen, I agree. I like this queen move here. because that takes scope. It also activates. So let's say the bishop plays something like this. You have something here. Now you're threatening to come in. You potentially have this all open. You have a rook lift potential. So I kind of see that idea. A5 is an interesting idea too, because that provokes doubling of the pawns. Yeah. This actually is a really, if you think about it, it provokes these two moves, the A5 and A6. So Jeffrey has tons of pawn islands, like 3 pawn islands. C4, bishop C4. Bishop D7 was played. And what happens is you have, yeah, that's under fire, so if the queen ever moves, that's going to fall. That these two points are guarded by the queen, so if the queen ever moves, you have 2 weaknesses for an attack. Also, this is blocked. The bishop eyes that, so everything's under attack. So it's not like he surrendered it for a pawn. He's going to win one of those back, and he's going to win it with the fury of an attack. Queen b3. Now this pretty devastating move if you think about it. If this ever gets pushed, then you got that. Well, if he goes bishop b5, potentially, which is an interesting idea. Let's see, what would be the thought here? Well, maybe queen there at this point. I'm thinking queen there, and if bishop takes, and if he tries over here, you actually can win a pawn, and then now he's got 2 passers. That's under fire, that's under fire. Yeah, that's probably what Jeffrey saw. He wasn't concerned with bishop here, because he had just moved his queen to a3 and eye these 2 pawns. Yeah. Alright, that works too. You could just take. I forgot about that. Yeah, you could do that too. And then it's still, you're winning a pawn and you're still eyeing these 2. But I don't know. I think that, well, he can't play there. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't want to do that. So, let's see. What would have been a better move here? I don't know. I kind of like, I know this sounds interesting. I kind of like f4 here. Because that, yeah, the knight could play here. But then I guess I'd kind of go a little crazy and go g4. Then if he plays here to attack the bishop, I'd bring my rook up, and if he takes, he potentially could win this pawn. So, I don't know. It might be a little too risky. No, actually the pawn can't be won, my bad. Because the rook guards it, so he might try something like that. But he can't, because then that falls. So that can't be played. Maybe trying to undermine that, but then that's a good move at that point. Well, then he could play there. We have that, so then if he plays back there, I guess you have there, and if he comes here, you can actually drop your knight back with check, and yeah, he has that. Interesting for sure, for sure. So Queen a3 is an interesting move. I think he wanted to avoid all the complications like that. d4. It's easy for us to go through, that after the fact, but he's in the heat of the battle. So b5. Now black got a victory by being able to implant his knight to b5, because there's no queen here now to double attack that. So, but he does potentially have here, yeah. So bishop takes forced, and then pawn takes. You can play pawn takes, or knight takes, queen takes. So pretty interesting. Black would be up a whole pawn here, and I don't know if Jeffrey would have compensation for that. You just got to be really careful when you implant a knight there and make sure that it holds. Okay. h3. He wants to be able to now bring his other rook in and have a flight square for the king. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's right. So he can't do that. That line doesn't work. Boom. I see that now. Alright, c5. Potentially he could play there. And then if queen takes, knight takes, and you got a passer and a protected knight there, so he really can't take. 1 second. Excuse me. Queen c7. Okay, a3. Pawn takes. Oh. Nice. This is actually a really strong move there. f5. There we go. Now we were getting our pieces, and the queen will take the queen, rook will take, and Jeffrey's winning. Yeah. Who is known for doing that was Capablanca. He would make you feel like you were winning on one side in an endgame, and all of a sudden, whoop, his pieces would be over on the other side, and you would be like, "What just happened?" And then the game's over, and he wins. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Just drink of water, I'll be ready and Ryan. Okay, dokie. So c7. Excuse me. King f8. h4. This does it locks down, but potentially he's got f4. So rook has to go over, attacks the pawn. Then he's got g5. Pawn takes. That's actually a really good move, g3. e5. G takes. Yeah, you really don't want to take that way. You want to take towards, because then this allows for your knight to come there, and then you can push. So that's kind of the sitch. that is why taking the other way isn't the best. Also, it covers up a spot for the king to go to. By the way, that's actually the best move, because then there's no chance of a king coming up and a rook sliding over. You're wanting to keep an eye on those pawns. And if you're wondering why that's the best move, that eyes that twice. Of course, you probably already know that. And that's gonna fall. So now the rook slides over. That doesn't really. This is a mistake. You should have checked here. And then if you move your king, I believe he could play here, and I think he actually traps the rook. No, I'm wrong. You could take. Oh, you push. Okay. And then, okay, I got you. I see now. Okay. Still, that was an inaccurate move. Takes a check. So now his opponent's falling apart. Takes the knight. Check. 1 second. Excuse me. Check. That was an error too. Yeah, you have to come up here. You don't want to come down there. You kind of want to. You really don't want to come down here, because then he could queen with check. You don't want that. This was the losing move. First of all, you have to, if you're going to do that, you have to be able to do here. And I guess what he was afraid of is something like this. Still losing, but I guess this just loses faster, huh? Takes a check. Let's see, what could he play? This is taken away, that's taken away. Oops. It's taken away, that's taken away, that's taken away. So he only has these 2 points here. So if he goes here, you check. If he goes here, you check. If he goes there, let me see, did I miss something? Okay, that's the check. Okay. So you got to hold on to this pawn. That's right. Then you queen. That's right. So far, so good. Rook takes. Check. 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 And then checkmate. There you go. So that's why this move here was. Yeah. See, yes, queens. That's right. But 1 sec, I'll be right back. I'll leave this puzzle with you guys. Just 1 sec. I'll be right back. What? Oh, knight. Okay, knight f6. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, so that's the interesting thing about, right, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to see what's the drawback to that move. See if rook takes. Okay, if we played rook here, knight takes, check. Queen comes back. And we have accomplished nothing. No, it's not. It's not you. I'm just trying to figure out if we've. I'm trying to see if that actually works. I was thinking. See, we potentially have an idea like that. There's a pin on this pawn here. Yeah, a pin on this pawn here. Right through to the knight. So. So potentially maybe it is, but that doesn't work because that actually wins the queen. That actually wins the queen on that. So we can't do that. That's not fun. So if we played here, here, there, here, bishop there, which attacks the rook and the queen. Yeah. Snap. Yeah, that's okay. We learned. Let's get back into this and start. Um, we have to think it's as complicated as we make it, but as simple as the move could be. I kind of like that. Yeah. So don't we got what we got to remember is don't complicate things. Don't complicate it. Just keep it nice and simple. Okay, let's see if we play rook takes bishop. Rotate. Okay, rook takes. So rotates bishop. Sorry, rotates bishop. Knight takes bishop. Pawn. Okay, if he can't go there. He can't go there. Oh, Bobby, you're right. That is the trap of the queen, isn't it? Snap. That's simple. What did I be missing here? Oh. That makes sense because if we take right away, he'll actually it'll be equal. Snap. That's my fault there. And then he takes there and he's actually up. Snap. So I gotta remember not to move too fast again. I have that sitch. Yeah. That was my fault. Okay, let's see here. Alright. Okay, we have what happened here. Then more likely the knight should have probably went back there. So by it moving here, it blundered. So that's more of a protective square for the knight. So we have a couple moves. We have rook f1. These are candidate moves. Bishop e3. And I think that's about it. Because rook f1 attacks the knight. So if let's say the knight moves back here, we can actually play our bishop check. Let's see, rook here, there, rook here. Yeah, I think that's right. There we go. The only problem with the move Fox that this doesn't actually is that he has that there, because I think he has a fork here. Then he has to move up, and yeah, because you have a fork at that point, and you win everything. You win it back. It forks at the end of the line. Hold on, we'll go back real quick and we'll go over it. Yeah, here. And then boom, yeah. Yep, we're good. We're doing it, guys. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. There. Let's see here. You do have that. Rook F7. What does that move do? I was thinking that. I'm not sure. Well, if cool bishop there. Right, that's what I was thinking, and I'm trying to see if that actually works. So here, there. Oh, stop that! Come on. Here, there, and the queen. It goes there. Huh. So bishop b6. I'm sorry, bishop b6. Then b1. Interesting. So bishop b6. Oh. I see what you're saying. That does cover that. Yeah. I think that's the only idea now that I think then we look at it, cuz that's a point of entry, that's a point of entry. And the only way to handle those. C6. C6, we take. Well, let's see. Let's say he can't. I say checks there. Huh. Because then if he takes here, we can actually play there. Then I don't know. I don't know. Now that we think about it. Because let's see, here, there. The knight intercepts. We take with our bishop. The king moves, then we take back. Yeah. And this covers these 2 points. It's the most forcing if you want to think about it in lines, because it forces the takes. Otherwise, if we do this, he has an in-between move of blocking with f4. It's not that it's not a good move. It just he actually gets a move. We're actually forcing him at this moment to do something, and he can't move his queen but to take at that point. So yeah, you're right on that one. And then you take here, then you take there, and then you take back. Good job, guys. Good work. It's not that this idea wasn't a good idea here. It's not that this wasn't. It just allowed for either the bishop to intercept or the knight to intercept. Either one of those. It's just this is the most forcing line. It forces him to do something. He has to actually react, and that's the only difference. It's not that this idea wasn't good. This right here wasn't a good idea. It just wasn't the most forcing line. So. Nope, you're exactly right, Fox. Okay, dokie. Let's see here. Drat. If only we'd be able to play there. If only there was some way to keep the king here. If only we could keep the king here, we would have a nice fork there. So let's see if there's anything we can do here. I kind of liking that. I agree with you on that. I like that there, because if this is played, let's see here, if he takes there, we actually take, and we win the queen. So here, we actually move no, I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, I love it. That is the good stuff, Fox, for sure. That's Nakamura's favorite drink too. So you're in good company. Okay, I'm trying to think though. What can we do? See, after that, he could play there. So I'm just trying to see. Do we have anything? Because you have to always have a counter to the. Well, I guess we could after takes, if queen takes. We do have check. And if queen intercepts, probably bishop would intercept there. Oh snap! You're right. We have a back rank issue, guys. Look at this bishop here. Hey, how you doing? More the merrier. If you have any idea on this, more than happy to put in. But guys, what happens if he just takes though? Oh, I guess we have that, don't we? So he really can't. So here, takes, 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 takes. Let's see if we play here. He plays there. We play there. Queen takes. Snap. Yeah, let's trying to see if we have anything. This is the potential weakness here. This bishop. Queen d7. Queen takes. Rook takes, and then you got mate. Yeah, he's threatening checkmate because of that. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a problem. Hey, I like that you guys are trying these ideas out. That's what this is about, and helping out that way. So we need to. I'm trying to see if I can make Rook D7 actually work, because the only other continuation I see is Rook E7. Then we take the bishop. Rook takes. We check. Intercepts there. We check there. It comes up. Huh. So here, here, here. There. check there. Check. King comes up. Check. I think that's right now that we think about it. Let's see here. That does make sense now. Yeah, that is it. Because here, 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 there, there. Check. The king comes up. Queen takes. Queen takes, pins, and then the knight could actually take that. Yeah, I think that's right. Huh. Let's see then. Let's see if we can. Okay, what's you know what? Now that we've kind of eliminated every thing we tried to calculate. Let's see what potentially is the drawback to this move. Well, we have the only problem with that B is that if we try doing this like what you guys are saying, it's mate. Yeah. And you mean Queen G4? I think it might potentially be, let's see, rook. If we played rook d8, bishop takes d8, check. If the queen intercepts, check. No, that doesn't work. How do we go? How do we go queen g5? I think this is right now that we think about it. I think rook e1 is right. I agree with you on rook e1. Because then if rook takes, okay, rook here, that's threatening to checkmate. Rook e1, and if he takes here, we take with the knight. And then when the king moves, we take, and then we'd be up in exchange. Yeah, I agree with you, Fox. the only problem is, I think he could actually hold with if we played here, I think he can actually just hold. I don't really see. Let's see. Rook. We'll just take a rook. Yeah. Yeah, because he can't take here because of that. The idea isn't wrong. I like your idea. The only problem is like that, and if we tried to do the knight, he could just take. That's the only problem. Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Just take a look at this and analyze it, and I'll look at your notes when I come right back. Let's see. So what do we got here? Okay, so queen takes rook. Let's see. We'll take a look at Fox's line real quick. Then we'll look at the rook takes b5. So let's go down the line first. Let's see here, there. Actually, let's see here, here. We have a pin, guys. I forgot to tell you that the queen pins the rook, so we can only take back once and he'll win. So I think this has to be the line. I think that has to be the line. Because I'm not sure if we can actually, maybe we just actually pull. I guess that does. I see what you're saying. Let's see here. Here. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The intercept's there, and you take, and you're up. Yep. Exactly. So, yeah. That is true. Okay, we're on our way up and up here. Yeah, nice job. You guys did good. Nope, because the takes, you actually take and you queen with check. It's the only way to do that. Yeah. There's many different lines that you can go down, but that's the best that the computer has found. So. Yeah, I think that is right, because here, and then the rook slides over, and I don't think there's any other way to save the queen. No, I don't think there's any other way to save the queen. Okay. Let's see if we play rook takes, queen, knight takes, Snappy's got that. So if we took here, he took there, we took back, he'd actually take, oops, sorry, here, and there. Huh. What are we missing here? What are we missing? Well, I guess then we just have to take, The queen can actually take back at that point. Let's see here. Yeah, because if we played here, we'd actually lose everything. The whole house would start collapsing. So I think you guys are right. And even if we tried moving back, he's got that there. Let's see here. I think you're right. Well, see, it's this knight here that's a problem. See, if we played there, he plays here. And then he's attacking there. So we'd win he'd win 2 pieces of the pawn for a rook. There has to be something that's better for us here. Well, if we play king e2, he can actually check at that point. Oh, then king f1. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so here, there, and there. Even if he picks up that. Okay. Let's see, king e1. If he checks there, we go there. And I think he can't retreat at that. He can retreat there. He could retreat at that point to queen g3 at that. So if we played here, he played there, we moved back, he can retreat to queen g3. I think, yeah. I don't know if we can. This knight is a problem. I'm not sure if we have enough for the... Let's see, if we take there... And if he takes here, we could potentially pin the bishop to the king. Huh. Okay, so I see what you're saying. So here, we move here, he goes there, we come back, he goes up there. Okay, yeah, we bring our rook up. Yeah, it's still trapped. Yep. Well, if we do this, and he plays there, and then we played bishop takes, he actually takes ours, and we're, I think we're an equal at that point. Let me see here. I think we're equal material, yeah. Yeah, but if we played there, he plays here, we play back, he plays there, and we play there. I think we win the, yeah. So are we in agreement on Queen E2? I believe that's the only move that wins. Yeah. I think that's still. Oh, wow. Oh, let's see why. Let's see why this doesn't work. Okay. Huh, interesting. That's a very deep line. Wow. Huh. Snap. That is a big, that was a really deep line. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That was a grandmaster line right there. Nikes. Wow. That's some line of the computer for sure. Well, let's see here. Sometimes how they grade the problems, I don't, the rating, I don't really agree with. That's just my opinion. Because that was like a super duper deep line. You'd have to see a long distance for that. Okay. Hold on, let's see here. Are we missing anything? No fear. I like it. I like the no fear policy. I think you guys are right. I think you guys are on it. Okay, what are we missing now? Hmm. Can't. Oh, no, can't do that. I was thinking something like knight takes, but then the queen could take back, still guarding the rook, so that's out of play. I was thinking of that, but I'm not sure. But look, and then, oh, right, he could take there. Huh, we'd be up a whole exchange, wouldn't we? Yeah. We'd be up an exchange at that point. Is there any, are we missing anything else? I don't think so. I don't see really anything better but that. Because even that we can bring our king in and we're still fine. Are we missing anything? No, I don't. Well, let me see if we. So if we take here, takes there, we check, we win that. So takes there, takes there, takes there, takes there. I think we can actually play bishop g7 at that point, guarding this pawn. And everything would be solidified at that point. Yeah, I think you're right, yeah. Oh, snap. I tried that. Let's see, what is... We did that, though. What the heck? I did that, though. What? It's... Holy ravioli. How did... I didn't play that. I actually played that. Oh my word. You gotta be kidding me. I actually played that. Oh boy. That was a that was an error on the computer's part, because I actually played knight takes bishop there. I have no idea how that's, yeah. Oh, I did take the queen? Oh. Yeah, that's my fault then. Let me see here. We'll do it right then this time. Okay, that was me then. Okay. Okay, let's see. Here. Queen. Okay, and then if queen takes... Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Okie dokie. I see. Okay, then queen takes. Okay, takes. Yeah. Very irritating. Very, very irritating. Okay, let's get this right now. Okay. Okay, let's see. Potentially, there's a fork here. Bishop takes. If we take there, the king takes. So that's out of the question. We do potentially have rook takes bishop, rook takes. Then we have pawn push, and that's more practical. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? And then we take there. Finally, we got it. Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, let's hone our focus down and see what we can get here. Okay. Alrighty, so if we check there, he takes there. We take here. He potentially has a bishop there. Then he can push his pawn. So we can't really do that. Well, we do have a potential bishop takes there that we check, and then we can win that. And if he comes here, I guess well, then we can't play there. Snap. Okay, so let's see here, there, check, there. So here, check. King takes. Yeah, it was my fault there. If that was, I think I did take incorrectly. I didn't take properly on that other one. That's my fault there. But hey, we all, you know what? We learned about it, so that's the whole thing. Let's see here, there. So let's see here what we got. I think we have to have the theory. I think we have to have the theory of two weaknesses. I believe that has to be the move. That has to be the move there. Yeah. So I believe it's this back after he pushes back here. King takes, we take, and then if he comes here to stop our pawn, we take, and then now we have the ability to get this pawn a pushing. I'm thinking that's it because I don't know if because I don't think we're fast enough even after that. I think he could actually let's see there, there, and if we try that, yeah. I guess we could play bishop down there at that point. Let's see if we checked here. He played there. We would have to play right here to stop that infiltration. But no, the bishop. No, the bishop could come there, and then we'd have to trade off, and then he has free reign. I think it has to be something like this, because any way that we look at it, if we played here, he took, then we played there, he's got bishop there, and we'd have to trade off and that'd promote. I think that has to be the move. Let's see. No, you're fine. I think this is right, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the only move. I think we win a bishop in this line. We still queen. I think we're still safe too. Yeah. Boy, this is a... Let's see, if we go there, he takes, we queen, he pushes. We do have a queen check there. Then he comes there and we snap the pawn off. Snap. That one was not three. You're kidding me. Three points. Wow. 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 Yikes. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's see what we got here. Bye bye, B. Let's see if we played rook here. Rook b1. Queen takes. Bishop takes. Rook takes. And we can actually move our king up. We takes there, we take there. I think but we do have to play there because this is hanging. I'm just trying to see if that actually works. I think that is forced. Oh, snap. Huh. What are we missing here? Right, that is right. So that is a predicament we had to work on. That was a tough one. We did, but you know what? We're getting through this. We're solving them because those type of positions will arise in your games. So just take that to heart. Remember those move sequences. Okay, 2,714 times. So many times it was played. Yeah, that's okay. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. We're learning here. It's all about learning. Let's see here. Okay, if we do a check. Let's see here. Check. Oh, that's hanging. Let's see here. So if we pushed here, he went there. So what do we do if he goes up there? This is a interesting sitch for sure. Let's see here. Sorry about that. I left the arrows on there. I think we get mated if you do that. If we come here, he comes up. Then we come back. He checks. We come over, and I think the queen comes and actually checkmates us at that point. Probably say maybe rook rook e1 at that point. Let's see, if we played here, he plays up. We have rook e1. I think that's what we play. See here, rook e1. Does he have anything after that move? Yeah. But see, if we check Fox and he comes up here to a7, oh, that's true. Interesting. I think the reason is he's going to try to get here, Fox. If we try to after this play here, I think he can actually, after he moves the king, I think he can get into e1, and even if he played there, he can play his queen here, and that blocks our idea. So if we played here, he played up, we played here, he played there, we played down, he plays queen here, and we have to trade off. I think we still potentially queen, though. No. Well, no, we don't. And if we played there, that is true. I am taking a look at that. That is interesting. But how does he? Oh, no. He can actually just move his king at that point and say, what did we accomplish? Yeah. Oh, you're right. Sorry, my bad there. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, that does get it covered, right? Huh. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Let's see. So rook f1 at this point. But he does have... That's why I'm wondering if that isn't the move. Because if he plays up here to stop that, see, if we played here, he plays up there to stop that, we can push. He'll take. We'll play rook takes. And if he tries checking, we can just bring our rook right back down. Let's see here. There. Let's see here, there. There. And he's actually going to win. Yeah. This has to be, that's got to be the first move that we play. And then I think we can push at this point. Let's see if we push there. We'll do one more, then I got a log. One more. Yeah, it's hard. You have to calculate these things out into the future long ways without having to even touch the pieces. So that's nice. Nice fork. But is there anything better? When you see one idea, always think of another. That also gets our queen out of this pin. So, and if he tries that, we win there. Yeah. This is a devastating move because he's going to try to block here, and we win this bishop. And then now we can actually play G. Yeah. And then we played G5, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. What do you guys think? I'm thinking G5. Well, I guess you guys are right. Well, no, let's see, because if we played... Yeah, you're right. That doesn't work. No, it does work. What am I thinking? This actually does, because if he plays here, we play over there. Let's say he takes, right? We take here, and then we take the knight. So you guys think G5? What you guys think? I'm thinking G5, but I want to make sure. If you guys have any other ideas. Oh, B5. Yeah, B5. Let's see. Let's just make sure I have this right. Right there. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if I play here. He takes there, there. Yeah, I need to leave. So, yeah, we gotta move our king. Okay, perfect. That's a perfect spot to end on. Do you guys have any questions on this before I log? You guys have any questions or any lines you want to go over on this? Because I know you guys were talking about some lines back a little bit further. Do you have any lines? Just if you do, put it in the box here and we'll go over them. Well, can you put the line in and then I'll go over it? Because I'm not sure what line you guys were talking about. And then I'll go back to the point here. Just you put the line in and we'll go over it. Because I don't know what line you guys are talking about. It's good if you guys compile it into one thing. Then I'll move it for you guys. Ah, perfect. There. Okay, bishop takes. Bishop takes. Six. So G takes F6. Okay, Queen G4. Check. King H8. Queen F5. Queen takes 9. Rook. Queen takes check. G8, there we go. And then Queen G5, and that's a draw. Yeah, you guys were right. You were right about the draw line. Yeah, you were 100% right on the draw line. And then if he plays there, you have to stop the draw from happening, you have to take the knight. And then he takes there, then you take there, then he takes here, and you're up a whole piece. Yep, exactly. That's right. Yep. That is 100% right, yeah. So everybody's good on their lines? Are you good on your line, Fox? Just want to make sure. There's no more lines you guys want to go over. You're all good? Alright. Oh, perfect. Okay. Well, guys, remember, keep studying chess. You have ups and downs. You learn, and you know what? That's the whole thing. Remember, though, don't miss, if you guys can, spend some time tomorrow. Don't miss the U.S. Championship. It's getting down to it for the ladies, for the women's and the men's division. It's tight, neck and neck. So I would say just tune in for, if any of them, that one there. Okay, remember, keep studying chess, keep getting better. Only look back to learn. Don't dwell there. And remember, there's always a plan, the position. And if we miss it, we go back through, we find the plan, learn from it, and then we get better. So remember, keep moving forward. That's the whole thing. And just, chess is fun. You know what? Don't get down. Rating takes a while, okay? Improving takes a little bit, but don't get down if you feel like you're in a slump. Just keep push through it. Okay. So as Wesley So says, serve the Lord Jesus, and as I say, God bless, and I'll see you guys next time on Chess Cruncher TV. Have a blessed morning, afternoon, or evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. And hopefully Fabi wins. If not, that's okay too. We'll still learn from their games. So be blessed, guys, and I'll be on tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.